Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Sandra Bells, and today is kind of a take two video on this JudiKins, let me get it right, JudiKins Diamond Glazed Water-Based Dimensional Adhesive. That's not a mouthful. So I had done a video on this, I don't know, a little while back, and I had mixed feelings about it because I had found a bunch of videos showing results from it, but nobody really how to use it. So I was kind of figuring it out. I was using it the same way that I use resin. And thank you to @crabdigs for your comment, because your tips and advice actually helped me figure out all the things I was doing wrong. So I wanted to share it with you guys because I actually really do like it. So I'm just popping on real quick to do a video to share this with you because I have a bunch of earrings ready to be glazed. So I'm going to spin you around. We're going to take a look. So I'm going to show you guys from the top first, and then I'm going to do my best to angle the camera so you can see it from the side. So one of the things that was suggested is not to use this the same way that you use glaze or resin. So like when I do resin, if you've seen any of my resin videos, or if you do resin, you usually use like a spatula. You drop the resin on there, you smudge it around a little bit to fill in the spaces, and you're good to go. So that is kind of what I had been doing. I'm trying to get the wobble to stop. So you'll see on these, let's see. Well, these were ones that I did it right, and I really like how they turned out. And I think I had complained about the shininess in it as well, but I think the reason it didn't read well was because I wasn't using it right. And this one, you can see where there's sort of a dip in the middle. Can you see that? You can really feel it. But I think that is where I was, yeah, there you can see it. I was having issues with that as well. So obviously that little dip is going to cause issues with reflection. So that's where I was going wrong with that. And these, if you'll notice, popped out. Again, because I kept them to show you guys, because I didn't use enough of the glaze. So I just kind of did a really thin coat of the glaze, and so it didn't adhere the pieces to the bezels, my little art pieces to the bezels the same way these did. So these are a little bit more raised right here, and you can see where it's nice and even coating, and it does dome itself a little bit. So all of these, I used the diamond glaze. I'm happy with how it turned out. It is very simple, and I'm going to show you. It was a matter of me not knowing what I was doing and not bothering to find instructions, just kind of going with it. That's how we learn sometimes, right? It is okay. It is what happens. I'm bummed about these because I really like the design on them, but alas, it is what it is. So I have my little board here. If you have not met this little guy before, this is, it was supposed to be a cutting board. I can't remember where I got it. It has since become a craft board. I suggest to you that if you have any items that you use that are kitchen related as craft things, that you designate them as craft boards. And usually what I will do is I will write craft board on it, on the back. So here's what we're going to do. So here I have, these are all drawings. These are original drawings. And I went ahead and put a little dot of the diamond glaze in the back of them just to secure them so it glues them in, just in case I end up having any issues like this. But I think if you use it properly, you won't have those issues. So I have 2 bottles of this. This is the one that's almost empty, and I lost the lid for the new one that I have. Don't ask me where it might be. I'm just going to use the lid from this one. So I'm going to show you what I'm doing with these from the top, and again, then I'm going to show you from a side view so you can really see how it domes up. All right, you don't shake it, you don't mix it, you don't do anything but pour it in. So I actually, with this one, I just started pouring it straight from the bottle instead of using the nozzle, because the nozzle kept getting gooped up and I didn't want air bubbles. So very, very carefully, it's going to take a second because it's almost empty. Oh, there we go. So just pour it in and let it do its gloopy magic. Okay, it's really scary. Hang on. So you see how I've got it almost covered, and again, I'll try to do it from the side. Oh, pardon me while I try to focus. All right, so I'm going to try not to touch it. All right, so you see how it's kind of spreading out on its own there, and it's just getting into all those little spaces? That, my friends, is how you get it domed, and you just let it do its thing. And believe it or not, it's not pouring over the edges. Oh, sorry, my head hit the camera. Trying to get a peek. All right, so it's gonna spread out a bit, do its thing. Now, what I was doing before, I'll link both of the videos with each other in case you've been struggling, so you can see what I did if that's your same issues and what actually works. And yeah, so all right, so I'm gonna move these over. I'm gonna gently move this guy over. And I am actually going to be naughty because there's one little tiny spot right here. Let me see if I can zoom you in. So you see that little tiny spot right there where it's not quite wanting to go? I'm going to take the nozzle and I am just going to shove that into the corner right there. But that's the extent of it. So zoom out, sorry, whiplash. All right, so that is all you do, and then you let it sit, okay? So I am going to do the same thing with this one, and I'm gonna see if I can find the perfect camera angle so that you can see how it domes up on the side. Okay, bear with me, you guys. I'm gonna try to walk and chew gum at the same time right now. So I have to hold the camera. I can't quite seem to find anything that is, or my phone rather, camera, phone, all the same. So you can see on this one the lovely dome that is on there. It's actually even more than the other ones that I had because I've gotten a little more bold with it. So what makes this so scary is when you're pouring this, right, it feels as though it's going to just spill over the edges. So I'm going to look at what I'm doing so I don't make a huge mess, theoretically. All right. I'm just going to work it around just a little bit. Okay. You have to whisper so you don't scare it, right? So, and then I'm going to add, so I'm going to lift you up and show you. There's just, ooh, where are you? There you are. There's just a little bit more around that edge. So I am going to, oh, I'm going to have to put this down or I'm going to totally wonk it up. So I'm just going to do another little drop. Boop. Yeah, there we go. Oh, there we go. And you can even kind of see on this side where I thought I went over the edge. Oh, the light's bad, but it didn't quite go over the edge. So that bezel cup really holds it still. And I'm going to do the same thing with this part that I did a second ago. Just because I don't think I need to add more, I'm just going to nudge that just a little bit. Boom. Oh, why are you, okay, there we go. All right. So that's basically it. Okay. And then I'm just going to let these sit. Let me see. Gently nudge you. Now, the great thing about this, I just got some on my finger, brings me to my next point. This is a water-based adhesive. All right. So as a water-based adhesive, a couple of things I like about this. I have cats, as evidenced by the lump under my blanket right now. It's the only reason she's not jumping around on my table. So between the cats and my personal clumsiness, this is going to dry a lot faster than resin. And also, I don't want to jinx it. If this tips over or falls, like, okay, it's going to be a bummer because it's going to be a mess. Here's a perfect little example. Here's some resin residue now. So yeah, it'll be a bummer because it'll be messed up. I don't know how easy it would be to recover from that as far as fixing the piece. Don't really want to find out. But still, if some little paws end up, and I'm still very careful about where I put these things to dry and to set because I'm not trying to invite problems into my life. But if for some chance, for some reason, I knock it over somewhere or the kitty cat gets into it, you know, this is going to be a lot less of a trauma to clean up. And yeah, resin is just so sticky. and it's so problematic when it gets where it's not supposed to get, and it takes a full 24 hours to cure. Now these, I do still leave them out for, you know, a day. Really within a couple of hours, it starts to set. I wouldn't start poking at it and checking it, right? Because if it is still kind of tacky when you check it, you're probably going to leave fingerprints, which nobody wants. There we go. Now, and you can see, this was the other thing that made me very nervous at first. You can see how milky it is at first, but on this one, you can already see where as it starts to dry, and it's just been a few minutes, you can see the colors start popping up. So the other aspect of this that I do appreciate over resin, and this is new for me, so I'm not sure as far as the longevity, what it will end up looking like. But resin, no matter what you do, I have put glazes on top of my resin and cured, you know, coated them with things and all of that stuff. Eventually, resin will start to tarnish and turn yellow. And you can prevent that a little bit by making sure you don't leave it out in the sun, you're not wearing it in water, those kind of things. I have a video all about tips for that and how to care for your resin jewelry. However, it's a natural organic product that is eventually going to turn yellow. So I'm curious to see after, you know, a while. Oh, there's a little tiny hair or some kind of fuzzy. Oh no. I don't know what that is. Little piece of plastic fuzz. So we'll see how this does after any length of time, as far as, you know, if it remains beautifully clear, we'll see. But I do like this. It is very simple. It is very easy. And so, yeah, I'm pretty happy with it. Now, I'm not using the nozzles because you can see the bubbles at the top on this one. So I'm just going to go in and be bold and brave and pour it straight from the container. Feel free to play with this though, experiment. If you're experimenting, I would say don't experiment on something you've worked really hard on. Just experiment, you know, on a piece of cardboard or something first to get a feel for it, so you don't spend hours creating something that you end up like, messing up, right? So that is the JudiKins Diamond Glaze. I will post an Amazon link for it below. I've been ordering it on Amazon. I haven't found it anywhere else locally. Oh, I think you might be empty. Let's see. So I will post my Amazon affiliate link down below for it if you want to give it a try. Okay, I think she might be empty. I think it's time to start with the new one. And meanwhile, I will see you guys soon. Thanks again for the comment at Crab Digs. I appreciate it. This is why I love it when you guys comment. So please, tips, all the tips. Give me the tips. Give me the questions. I'm here for it. I will see you guys soon in my next video. Subscribe, hit the like, all those great things. I will see you guys soon. Go forth, create. Bye-bye.